Senator John McCain remembered around the world this morning for his ability to transcend polarized politics and unite the country.
Despite our differences, much more unites us than divides us. We are fellow Americans, and that's an association that means more to me than any other.
All right, joining us now to react to the legacy of this political icon is a former strategist for the McCain-Palin 2008 campaign and the author of Jumping the Aisle. Oliver McGee joins us today. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on. You lost a friend over the weekend, and the country lost a great man, somebody that really made this country proud.
Absolutely, Rob. In preparing for the segment, I read the wonderful tribute by his good friend Joey Lieberman, which appears in Newsmax this morning. I came away with the sense that John McCain was a maverick, an independent, like Joe Lieberman, but they were also lawmakers in the spirit of Stallone, the contrarian. And in my book, Jumping the Aisle, I talk about how we can be a contrarian in our independent thinking and our thought. And these two mavericks, in Joey Lieberman and John McCain, good friends, were mavericks. They were independents. And that was working across the aisle, and they represented Jumping the Aisle spirit in bipartisanship. They also worked very closely as we were on 9/11 on the commission and bringing that as an independent commission to essentially lead to recommendations for the complete reorganization of the defense and security apparatus that we enjoy today under President Trump. And that was the first reorganization since the Cold War, the Truman days. This was in the spirit of James Forrestal and Dean Acheson. And these were really, really great thinkers. And this is what John McCain and Joey Lieberman gave us in John McCain's legacy. And I also owe my legacy for politics for John McCain, because he introduced me to the great Mo Udall, where I was a little graduate student, doctoral student in Arizona, and I was working inside Mo Udall's office, helping him as an additional maverick in a salon in lawmaking with John McCain.
Tell us what it was like to be behind the scenes with Senator John McCain.
I found him to be a very good mentor, as I referenced in bringing me together with Mo Udall. Both the two men were very, very good friends, and they took a lone African-American engineer and introduced him to the ways of the government, and they were really mentoring me. When I worked in Mo Udall's office, he was in the advanced stages of Parkinson's disease, and John McCain was always constantly coming in and giving me encouragement. And watching these two stalwarts of politics, and they were both in the House of Representatives, they gave me a sense to rise up from a calculus book and start thinking about what's good for the benefits of society. And they taught me about the role of science and technology for the benefits of society. And I eventually ended up in the White House, and I'm a White House alumnus standing here right now. I also think that my support for John McCain today is the public service that I have to do as a White House alumnus. You have to basically step up for war heroes and for leaders like this, who is now lying in the state in the Capitol Rotunda. And I give my sympathies and condolences to the families of the McCain family right now. And the nation is basically honoring a man who basically provided foundations for us to be great again today.
Devoted pretty much his entire life devoted to this country in one way or another. And what a story he had. And this week will be much about remembering the late senator. Thank you, sir, so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, folks, for having me. I'm honored.
Of course.
Thank you.